Howdy makers. This tutorial is to help you make a counter on a microbit. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to click on the microbit make code link that will bring you to this page. And then you want to start a new project. Now the idea here on the microbit is that we're going to use the A button to make a number go up each time, and a B button to make a number go down each time. And it will always display whatever number is there. We are going to be using a few new things. So let's start with the new thing. So you'll notice that we have two brackets here, on start and forever. On start, we haven't used yet. That's where we put instructions that we want to have happen right when things begin. So we're going to be using that in a moment, but there's a new category that we're going to be using, and it's down near the bottom here. It's bright red, and it's called variables. You've probably heard that word in math class. Think of a variable like a bag or a container, and you can put a number inside of there, and it'll hold it for us. And then we can do math with what's inside the bag, and then we can ask things to come out of the bag later. Now in math, we tend to call things letters like X or Y. In computer programming or coding, we can use entire words. So once you click on variables, we want to make a variable. And we can call it anything we want, but it's a good idea to call things simple things where we know what it is. So since we're going to use this variable to remember what number the counter is, let's call this counter, C-O-U-N-T-E-R, and click OK. And once you make your first variable, you'll notice that a bunch of other blocks come up here. So one of them is set the counter to a certain number. Another one is change a counter by a certain number. So we're going to grab that set counter to, and we're actually going to, at the very beginning when we turn on, we want the counter to be at 0, but we only want that to happen once, right when it starts. So we're putting that inside the on start section. Okay. Now, inside the forever section, we want to tell it to show the number here. So that's going to mean a couple of things. First, we want to go into the basic section and grab show number. Okay? We're going to put that in there. And it shows the number 0 right here. And that's because there's a number 0 here. But we're going to be changing the value of counter later. So we don't always want it to be showing the number 0. We actually want it to show whatever number is inside our variable counter. So we got to do a little trick here. Watch this. If we click variables, do you see this round version of the word counter? It is similar to this round shape. What you're going to want to do is drag this counter over, and if you put your hand over where the 0 is, you'll notice it lights up yellow. And sometimes it could be hard to get it to go into that container, but now it'll show whatever number is inside of the counter. Now, right now it says 0. So we have it showing the value, but this is pretty boring. We want to be able to change the value. So let's make, actually, we'll make B go up since it's on the right, and A make the number go down. So let's grab a couple of on button pressed out of the input section. No problem getting it out. There we go. And I want to turn one of these into on button B and one of them on A. So since I want button B to be the button that makes it go up, I'm going to go into the variable section. And every time we push the button B, we want to change the value of counter by 1. That means adding 1 to it. And we're going to put that in there. So every time we push B, it should change the number. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's working. Great. But I might want to go down as well. So I want to give the A button the ability to make the value go down. So we're going to want to grab another change counter, not set, but change counter. And if we want it to go down by 1, we need to change it not by 1 each time, but by -1. Okay, so let's try. We push B and it goes up each time. A, it goes down. And A, we're done making our counter. Now this could be really useful if you're trying to count things like people going into a room, or you're keeping score on something. This can be really, really useful. You'll see umpires in baseball will have something like that to keep track of balls and strikes. Okay, so when you're ready to turn it in, remember to click on Share and then give it a name. I'm going to call mine, Counter, and click on Publish Project. And then I'm going to click on Copy and then go add that to my assignment in Google Classroom and turn it in. All right, I hope this helps, and have a wonderful 4-day weekend. Thanks, folks.